At the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Aries, you are about to hear something very, very important. You are about to hear this specific news at the beginning of this week. This is going to make you feel extremely happy, and it's going to make you feel really good about yourself. On one hand, your eyes are going to be open at this very moment in time. Why? Because you will know that you're going to need to make the relevant readjustment, which is in itself going to come in a form of a rather good sacrifice. So what this actual information is going to provide you with, what you're going to become aware of at the beginning of this week exactly, my gorgeous Aries, it's like a basically, this specific information and news, it's going to make you feel so happy because it is going to give you instantly so much hope and so much inspiration. At that moment in time, oh my God, this in itself is bringing a really powerful unfoldment. And after this moment in time, there is so much that you're going to be able to kind of look forward to. I'm telling you, you're going to be really happy and excited with what are you actually going to hear, because this in itself is going to mean to you so much, because you have been waiting for this. You have been waiting for this for a while now, indeed, and that means that this is going to allow you now to do what you wanted to do in absolute ages. So this will mean to you so much because you wanted to do this now for an absolute ages. It is going to be your green light, and at that moment in time the whole new door are about to open. This is such an important stage of your life because it's going to help you to reconnect with yourself on a very high level. So don't be surprised when now suddenly you're also like kind of reminded of like lots of people in your life. You're going to be suddenly reminded of people who mean to you so much, and you're also going to kind of really start thinking just completely out of the blue how much you miss certain people in life. And now suddenly, because you are reaching this such a powerful stage of your sacred spiritual journey, or I should call it a rather sacred stage of your spiritual journey you're reaching. So now it's all about your own happiness, optimism and fulfillment, because what you wanted to do in absolute ages, now it's about to start unfolding. So this is why you're suddenly going to start thinking about certain people in your life, like a real people in your life, people who you love and people who love you, and now suddenly you are gonna miss them and you will want to reconnect with them. And this is because now you're going to have a time to think about it. Please don't get me wrong. I don't mean to say that you didn't have a time to think about the people who you loved before, but I'm just saying that it was something very intense that you were waiting for to start unfolding in your life. And that tension, just kind of took your energy away from the people that you should have kind of spent a little bit more time with. But it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we are spiritual beings. We are all human. So these are all natural emotions and energy that we are going through. So when the time is right, we reconnect and rejoin with an important aspect of our lives, and at the same time that naturally brings us closer to those people that means to us so much. And this is also, on another hand, as soon as you start thinking about certain people in your life, how much you miss them, this is also a very good sign that now your mind is kind of like entering the whole new dimension. Your mind is like at rest, and there's some kind of a heavy burden, it's about to exit your life. So this is also a very, very good sign that you are doing something really big, something really important, something really significant, just by paying attention to this information and news that is going to give you so much hope and inspiration, because you will be able to do now what you waited for an absolute ages. Now that news and information, it's not only going to give you a hope and inspiration, but it's at the same time going to give you strength. It's going to give you confidence to also accept the part of your life that you've been struggling with over the last 5 months in particular, something that was actually making you feel more more unhappy than happy, something that you were trying to work with, but it came to an end, and now it's time to say goodbye to some kind of part of your life that no longer serve you, and it naturally and organically came to an end. So this is all going to stem towards you having enough confidence and self-esteem and power and this bravery and courage in order to accept some kind of situation that you were like really struggling with over the last 5 months. But now you will be able to see this on another hand in a different light, so you're not going to feel bad about it whatsoever. Sometimes we do need to have like an indication that it's going to come completely out of blue, which is going to point us towards two different aspects of our lives. And then on one hand we are looking at this aspect, and now everything is pulling us towards one specific aspect of our lives, and now this other aspect that meant to us so much now is just fading into the background. So you will be able to weigh on things slightly differently, which is at such an important stage of your life quite important, my gorgeous Aries, indeed. And also, do you know what I mean? So now after this moment in time, it's all going to be literally down to you and up to you. But I'm going to say one thing, baby. This is all fine. This is all brilliant. But you are going to need to be quick. You are going to need to be sharp. You are going to need to be clever. You are clever naturally anyway. I don't need to tell you this. But I mean, you're going to need to be clever in order to be really quick when it comes to like all this. Don't just take this like, oh yeah, this is fantastic, it's brilliant. No, baby, no. You need to pay attention to this, and you need to kind of make this to be like a priority number one in your life, indeed. So it's all about you, how you're going to be sharp and clever. What do I mean by that? Well, it's about coming up with a plan. You need to come up with a plan now. This is very important, because what you're not going to understand and what you're not going to realize, what you're not going to be aware of, that particular plan that you're going to come up with, all you need to do is just sit down and think how you're actually going to do this. I'm telling you, this is to do with the part of your life that means to you so much. So all you need to do is just sit down and come up with the plan, and what you need to understand that you're not going to understand at the time, that this is actually going to unfold and happen really, really quickly. And within the next, in the next 8 weeks are going to be very, very interesting. The next 8 weeks, my gorgeous Aries, in your lives are also going to bring so much that you can actually that is going to help you to have a completely different outlook on life in such a way. You will see those things that you used to see as a really dark things it's not that bad anymore. So it means that you've been through a lot over the last 2 or 3 years. So this is also going to be quite obvious to you, and you will see exactly what I mean. And also, when it comes to the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Aries, there is somebody very, very special who is about to start entering your life. There is someone very special who is about to enter your spiritual journey. Somebody who is going to make a really big impact on your life. Okay, so this is something that I need you to remember, because that particular person who is about to enter your life, it's also like kind of gonna provide you with the specific informations that you are really going to find more beneficial than anything else. So there is a lot that you're gonna learn from that particular person, indeed. And that is also indicating the fact to me that if there is something that you're starting this week, or if you are going somewhere where you are surrounded by the people, like by quite a few people and things like that, you can kind of get a roughly picture of where and how you are actually going to meet this person. This person is going to play a huge role in your life, and it's also going to help you so much when it comes to you having an absolutely mind-blowing, indecisive moment, which is going to happen to you at around April 2023. And that person is really going to help you out with some kind of decision that you're going to be making, which is going to be completely different decision to what you would normally make yourself. So this is something you need to remember. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Aries, you know, this now, what I'm going to say, it's more to do with like a personal accomplishment. There is some kind of a very, very personal accomplishment that you are going to become aware of, that you are going to feel. And this is going to make you feel really good about yourself, but it's also going to make you aware of how special you are, how different you are, how unique you are. But also when it comes to something very specific in your life that makes you feel really good, that makes you feel really passionate, this is going to be highlighted as well, because at the same time this is going to make you aware of two things. On one hand, you're going to become aware of something that you're going to become ridiculously ambitious about, but not only ambitious about, you're going to become extremely ridiculously confident about your success as well. And another thing is that you will know exactly what do you have to commit yourself to. This is about the handiwork, this is about personal effort, this is about you committed to you being committed, you know, to the task at hand. This is very, very important, because I know that for some reason you're going to find this quite challenging, but it doesn't really matter, because you will know exactly what do you need to do. I know that you're going to find this challenging, but then at the same time, what's going to kind of bring you out of this like challenging situation is you kind of understanding that if you don't do this, the financial situation is not going to change. You're not going to secure something that you should be securing, that you should be protecting at this stage of your life. So this is only going to make your situation so much more firm, so much more solid. And then when you remember this, then that challenge is going to be, bye darling, not a challenging situation. It is not going to put you off, because it's going to be clear as the day what exactly do you need to do, my gorgeous Aries. Indeed, you know, at around the midweek, you know, what I really like is that you are going to realize certain desires. And I like this, baby, I like this, baby. At around the midweek, you're also going to realize certain desires, and you're going to recognize some kind of abilities that you have. And this in itself, it's also going to bring you like a few interesting ideas, my gorgeous Aries, like indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, you know, I'm going to say this is going to sound a little bit weird, of course, but you are going to have a really, the beginning of the, at the end of this week, you are going to have the beginning of a very meaningful experience. Now, you're going to say, what are you talking about now? So, at the end of this week, you are going to have the beginning of a very meaningful experience. It's going to be meaningful, but it's not going to be beautiful. It's not going to be gorgeous. In fact, it's going to be really weird. But it's very meaningful, and it's very important when it comes to you. So, at the end of this week, when I say that this is going to be the beginning of a meaningful experience, that means that someone it's really going to wind you up, someone is going to try to irritate you, someone is going to try to be like a little bit rude or a little bit horrible to you. And I'm saying to you that no, this is not nice, this is not meaningful. You know what, it actually is, because that in itself, it's really going to make you aware of exactly what do you need to, what do you need to, what do you have to, what do you must, like kind of remove yourself from. So it's not about that person being rude, but then at the same time, it's more about like how much spiritually you're gonna elevate yourself. You will be able to feel this from a completely different angle. This is because this week is going to be really special when it comes to your spirituality, so you're going to be so much more open, and that is going to make you to kind of perceive things in a much wiser way. I'm not saying that you're not normally wise, but you will be able to realize and recognize the deepness and the depth that you will be able to go through. So if someone try to like kind of wind you up, or if someone is rude, normally maybe you would be like, oh my god, what did you just say? But now you're gonna be like, I wonder why that person is acting like this. I wonder why did they react like this, you know, and this is gonna surprise you, like, ooh la la, you know, I'm so mellow when it comes to things like this, and this is brilliant. It's only a fantastic sign of wiseness. So when someone winds you up, you are gonna see this from a completely different perspective, and you will know that you will know exactly who do you need to remove yourself from, and you will be able to recognize who was and who is still draining your energy. And this is only going to indicate what do you need to kind of stop, what do you need to remove yourself from. And it's also like kind of going to make you aware of the fact that now it's time to transform your life. At around the same time, you're also gonna feel like, because it's all about like now you get rid of the old in order to let the new to come in, you know. It's all about the energy and it's all about the balance. So you're gonna feel a lot like how you want to immediately again like really kind of work on your immediate environment. You will want to make really big changes and things like that. And also at the same time, you know, when I do see like a transformation and things like that happening within a certain week, then it's not probably the best time to invest financially in something. Just this week, for example, after this week it's going to be absolutely fine. And this is reading for the week in between the 6th and the 12th of February 2023. So after the 12th of February, financially to invest something, it's fine, absolutely brilliant. But within this week I would not suggest this, because it's more for thinking, it's more for planning, it's more for kind of like a realization. So this is how we kind of make the most of these energies indeed. And you will see that this particular person being horrible, a little bit rude, like it's the reason why you're gonna feel like you want to transform your life. It's because you will know that it's to do with like a very negative energies that have been around you for a while. And it happens when we are doing something, when we are somewhere where our karma came to an end, whether this is to do with work, whether this is to do with a certain people in our lives. It really depends, but it just has an effect on us. Like we become a little bit unhappy, and then that takes our personality away, and we very surely start realizing that we are not ourselves, and then more we are not ourselves, more we are not ourselves, more to the point where we just like kind of get used to it, you know, and then we just snap out of it. And once we get used to it, then it's bad, because we feel like our hands are tied at the back, behind our back, and that we can't do what we want to do, we can't express ourselves the way we want to express. So this is going to be brilliant, because it's going to be absolutely superb when it comes to your life, when it comes to your happiness, when it comes to your energy. You will know that you're doing the right thing, because shortly after that moment in time, you know, you are going to have a very unusual sign, a very kind of interesting sign. And that interesting sign that you are going to have, it's going to be extremely personal to you again, and it's going to like really make you aware of the fact that you are on the right path and you are doing the right thing. Because what you're doing right now, you're nurturing your soul, you're nurturing your spirit, you're doing the right thing when it comes to every single aspect of your life. And trust me, this sign that I'm talking about, it's going to be personal, it's going to be very kind of obvious for you indeed. And also at around the end of the week, you can expect very important negotiation that is going to work really successfully for you as well. This important negotiation that you are going to have, it's a lot to do with you understanding that you need to respond in exact way you want to respond, and do not hold back anything whatsoever, because it's to do with the knowledge that you have accumulated over the time that needs to come out of it. It must not be held down, because that particular knowledge is what needs to come to the surface. Please do remember this, my gorgeous Aries, indeed. So now I'm just going to shuffle oracle cards, and I'm going to see what oracle card of the week is going to be. Okay, so what your oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Aries, is actually going to be. Okay. Oh la la, the new door are about to open. You have been waiting for this for a very long time. By the end of this week, you are going to be rejuvenated. By the end of this week, you are gonna like feel so much better. You're gonna feel so excited about you know, what is actually to come into your life. This week, it's not just any week for you, my gorgeous Aries. This week is opening a brand new door, a brand new portal, but it's not with a brand new opportunity. It's just to do with things that you wanted to do for such a long time. It's to do with you having a path open, the doorway open, you know, with something that it's just going to make you feel so much happier, and at the same time it's also going to bring so much light and positivity with it, you know. Very, very important for you to understand. And at the same time, you see, this is going to bring an amazing success into your life. You know, for a while you haven't felt completely like kind of happy, and this is because you couldn't do things in your own way. I'm telling you that you are going to have a very, very personal sign at around the midweek, which is going to indicate that you are on your own path to happiness. You know, you will tap into something that you will never want to untap from ever again. So this is something that you need to pay attention to, because things are start to look very, very good for you. Things are about to start looking up for you, my gorgeous Aries, in the best possible way. And I'm so excited for you, because I know for the fact how much this means to you. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.